Ooh, okay. This is actually a place I've wanted to come to for a long time and come and check out. It's like this kind of like abandoned field area with a bunch of these little crates here. But you read the title right. Why you should not just save money for traveling. And I promise you'll understand as soon as I get this video out. Whoa, look at this. This is really, I don't know what this used to be. This is here in Canggu though. Gonna walk around and explore a little bit. Why you shouldn't just save money for traveling. Some of you all want to travel the world, and I say travel, but basically have that time free to do what you want. And a lot of you want to fill that time with traveling. I mean, I look at travel as just being on the move and on the go. But why you shouldn't save money, just save money to travel, is because it limits your mind. It limits your mindset of what's possible. So I was talking with my sister and I was like, I'm not sure should I tell the people about this? I talk about this a lot. I talk about it to some of my clients and in private programs, but I was like, Operation Abroad is coming out soon. Hold on, let me get this. A little foggy on my lens. And I want to show you some of the things that are going to be in it and give you some value right now. When you're traveling, and when you're saving money to travel, most people will save money to travel. And when you save money, there's things called submodalities. And the submodality means if this is true, then this also must be true. So if you say money is the root of all evil, then you also must believe that money is not the root of things that can be good. You understand? So when it comes to saving money for travel, that means that eventually you must believe that you're going to run out. You're going to run out of money. So if you save $10,000 for traveling, there's going to be a point when you're traveling, you're like, there's a limit. My travel is going to be over soon. As soon as this money runs out, my traveling's done. This starts to get into your mind of like, oh my gosh, this is so true. I only can travel for this amount of time and that's it. And what that does is that takes away the mindset of saying, like, let me build something with this so that I have income that's coming in all the time when I'm traveling. This is the part that people miss out on. And I think that I did, especially when I started traveling. I was like, save this money, travel, money runs out, make more, and do it again. Rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. And that's fun, but that gets really tiring. Now, with the mindset and things that I know now, we're gonna talk about this in Operation Abroad. It's still half price, linked in the description below. Now I realize it's about using that money to put it into a money machine. Because think about it. I could give you $10,000 right now. Would you feel more comfortable if I gave you $10,000 right now and said, go out and travel? Or if I promised you for the next 8 years, I would give you $100 a month guaranteed. For the next 8 years, I'm gonna give you $100 a month guaranteed. Now, if you haven't traveled a lot, then maybe you'd be like, well, I'm not $100. What can I do with $100? But if you have traveled, there's a lot of places where people don't even make that in a month. And you'd figure out a way. If you knew you had $100 a month coming in, now you wouldn't need that like $10,000 saved. Now you could be like, if I can just save like $8,000 or $5,000, I can find a way to double that $100 and make $200 a month. So this is kind of the mindset. And here's a little kicker. 8 years, $100 a month, that is $10,000. But now you're looking at 8 years of traveling, and that's longevity traveling. That's full-time travel. That's when it's your life, it's what you do. Because 8 years with $100 a month, that is about $10,000. It might even be less. But if I told you $10,000 in travel, now your brain automatically goes to like $10,000 travel. Okay, your mind instantly thinks like, okay, I got a year traveling in Asia, maybe even more in Asia, but in Europe, I have maybe 5 months of traveling with that. If I go to Scandinavia, I love all my people from Scandinavia, Norway, Denmark, I love you all, and Sweden, but $10,000 might last you maybe 2 months there. But now all of a sudden I say I give you $100 a month guaranteed, your brain instantly went to, oh my gosh. Your brain doesn't even think I can only travel for a week with that. Your brain thinks like, it's just, I know I can go 8 years. Because now you have something coming in. So in Operation Abroad, what we're going to talk about is we're really going to talk about how to build that money machine. That machine we're talking about money. We're talking about 3 things, by the way, in Operation Abroad. We're talking about money, longevity, and logistics. Because when you're saving money for travel and you're trying to discover where to go and what to do and what to see, where you go, the logistics, they matter a lot. I mean, no one's even here right now. Technically you could come to Bali, and I don't know if anyone's in here. You never know. Nope, nobody's in here. So technically you could come here, you could stay here. Not that you would do that, but I mean, just a possibility. I mean, I've been staying here, I've rented places for $5 here a night. So $5 a night, instantly that $100 you're getting pays for your place to stay. And then for some food, you can eat really low cost. You can live really a high quality life for a low price here compared to other places for the same quality of life. That's the logistics side. With the logistics side, now you're taking that money you have and you're making it do more. You're doing more with the money. So let's say you just find a way to only make just $400 a month. Instead of just thinking like 10,000, just build this saving pot, saving, which technically now, you know, they're printing money and all that kind of stuff. So money that's being saved is you're losing money on it every day. But when you can have that and you can set it and have that money that's coming in every month and you're not using all of it, let's say now all of a sudden you've turned that $100 a month into 500, 700, 800, and you only use 300 of it, like whatever it is, I mean, I'm just saying numbers, but you can then save that and put that back into the machine to build this money coming in. Because so many people, they're waiting, like, so I've read so many comments, not even on my videos, but other videos too of, you know, I'm just waiting till I save enough money, then I'm gonna travel. And when I get these people, and you guys know you can book a call with me below, you guys who've booked calls with me and we've talked and you already know, they're like, I'm waiting, one of the common things I hear is like, I'm waiting for the perfect moment to travel. And I'm like, cool, awesome. And they usually see me sitting there with my pen. We do a Zoom call most of the time. And I'm like, let's write out the perfect moment. What is the perfect moment to start traveling? And we go down, we write it down, and people just stop, usually halfway through, like, the perfect moment. I mean, there isn't a perfect moment? Because there's always uncertainty. Some of you are like, I'm gonna wait till I know that I have this money coming in. But then once you know you have it, you're gonna be worried about, like, is it gonna keep coming? We talked about it yesterday. So you have to live with some uncertainty. Full-time travel, it's full of uncertainty. You know, one of my mentors, Tony Robbins, says the quality of your life is determined by the amount of uncertainty that you can live with. Not survive with, not just get by with, the amount of uncertainty you can live with. In 2020, I've told you many of this. I talk about this more in my private programs, but like March of 2020, when the whole world went crazy, I went even more crazy because basketball shut down. Like I knew a lot of the options that I had that planned to travel for 1 year, everything kind of dropped off. I had no idea what to do. My huge plan was, whole huge plan was going to China, the Philippines, Japan, Taiwan, and then coming back to Poland to train for 2 months to go back to basketball. And now all of a sudden I'm being told that I have to stay in the same place. The airports are closed. And it was a lot of uncertainty. But my friends, it's what you do in those moments of uncertainty. There's a quote, if you guys are here in Bali or when you come here, if you go down Paranon Street, there's a street with the gym called Victory on it. There's a bunch of containers like this actually, and there's quotes on them. And one of the quotes on there that I love, that I tell to a lot of people, is that when things become uncertain, he said, in life, when things become uncertain, that which is important becomes clear. When there's so much uncertainty, some of you guys, there was so much uncertainty. I don't know if I'm gonna keep my job. I don't know what's going on. So much uncertainty. All of a sudden, you knew what was important for you. Some of you guys had this like eye-opening experience of just like, what am I doing here? Like, what am I doing here? One of the things we're going to dive into in Operation Abroad, and honestly, as I've been talking about it and writing stuff out, this Operation Abroad, be ready for like a lot of bonus stuff because this might be actually 2 days of content. I don't want to do like a 3-hour thing, and it'll be fun and interactive, but we might have to go over it because there's a lot of things, because something came to my mind. I was like, wait a minute. So many people right now are struggling with their identity. There's a huge identity crisis right now. Like, I used to be this person who did this and now I don't. So now who am I? What do I do? But that's a video for another thing, another day. And by the way, you guys who are always here showing up and watching these videos till the end, thank you so much. But I want to get you guys out of the mindset of just saving this money to travel or saving this money to leave, and to think of how can we make this money work? How can this be put aside and sent to work? Because I mean, just because you have a job you hate doesn't mean that you have to hate everything about it. My last season of playing basketball, it's no secret, I told you guys a lot, there was a lot of things going on with the organization, with my coach, and things weren't as how I believe that they should have been. and a lot of things I didn't approve of. But I stuck through it, true professional, did my job, did it well, and over-delivered. That's what I believe in. But I remember thinking there, just like, wait, I forgot where I was going with that one. This is what happens when you try to walk in the heat. Always do stuff in Bali before 9:30 outside. We're gonna walk around here while I get my mindset, while I get my thoughts right, what I was gonna say. We're gonna explore here a little bit. Always watch for snakes though when you're walking here, guys. I don't even know what this place used to be. Wow. But anyways, it's all good. Oh, I know what I was gonna say actually. With my last season, there's a lot of things that I didn't approve of and I didn't like, and I was like, this is not good. It shouldn't be like this. We should be doing more things with the community, with the kids. We should make a big deal. Like, there's a lot of things that was not okay. And what I realized was, what you can do if you're in a place that you don't want to be, use that to fuel something that you're eventually going to walk into. Like, use it to fuel something that you can walk into. Not just quit your job and then say, I'll figure it out. Like, use this income that you have coming in, or if you don't have income in, use this time you have to figure out a way that you can build something that eventually you can just step out of it and step into this thing you've built. It's like let's say you didn't have a home and you worked in a forest cutting down trees. I don't approve of that, but just saying. And you just cut down trees every day for these people. You hate it, it's hot, the trees can always fall on you, you got a lot of things worried. But let's say every day you use that fuel to pick up every little stick you saw. And every day you took that stick and you took it back to the area where you lived, because you lived on the campsite. And every day you start doing that. And you say, oh, these trees, and you're just doing it, you don't like it, but you keep on taking sticks every day. Before you know it, you've got enough wood to build a home, to sell it, to make money. Or you have a home to live in, or you have enough lumber to start your own thing. So it's almost like using what you don't like to fuel what you love, so eventually you can walk into that thing that you're building. You can use that lumber and wood to build a boat and finally step into that boat and take off and go. Because my heart goes out to people who are living in this dichotomy. Now, I know a lot of you guys don't speak English. A dichotomy is when you do something you hate so you can do what you love. And then you love doing it, so then you do more of what you hate to do what you love. And as Pablo Picasso says, it's one of the worst ways to live a life. That's not my quote. I agree with that actually, because you can actually do what you love. You can actually build something that you can step into and begin traveling. The one advice that I give to so many people, you guys who book these one-on-ones, I put these in the description below to book one-on-ones for Bali, but we talk about Bali, but most of the time we just talk about travel in general, because I spot patterns. What makes me a really great coach and really love my clients and love coaching people is because I spot patterns. I don't listen to the words you say necessarily, I listen to the patterns. The patterns are things that you keep saying over and over again. So the second I told you yesterday, I said, hey, you could travel full time. People have these doubts, they come up in their minds. That's a pattern of thinking. It's a pattern. You think that about a lot of things. I'm running this program right now as an example. This is Operation Abroad. It's on sale right now, 50% off. The program is $444. That's the price. It's $444. Even if it was just a 1-hour event, like for someone who can't stand where they are, it's 1,000% worth it. If it was $4,444, it's worth it to get out of where you are. And someone left a comment. I'm gonna start posting comments on my YouTube actually. On my Insta story, because it'll help a lot of people, I think. Someone left me a comment like, $440, we're in the middle of this crisis right now in the world, and you're trying to do this, and people, and it's like, for me, it's like, that's a pattern of thinking. I wish I had that person on the phone. I'd be like, well, listen, when was the last time, I want you to think about this. That's a lot for you to afford. Even, like I said, it was 10 times the price even, because it's gonna give you a solution so you can be in a place that you wanna be. How many times in your life have help arrived and you said you couldn't afford it? How many times? Help finally arrived to get you out and you said you couldn't afford it. And then what happened? What happened? And then it'd go on a story and things usually get worse all the time. when you don't do something. When the help arrives, you don't take it because it's not the way you wanted the help or something like this. And just make sure my camera's still on. And then I say, okay, cool. Come up with another story. What's one more time that help arrived for you and you said you couldn't afford it? And then one more time, and I'll phrase it differently. When was the last time an opportunity came for you to finally have what you want and you said, I couldn't afford it? And usually on this third time, the people stop. If you guys have done calls with me, you already know. You stop and you're like, oh my gosh, that's been my pattern the whole time. And when you delay change, when you deny what your soul is trying to get you to realize, your soul knows what it wants to do. It knows it wants to break free. It knows it doesn't want to be here, it wants to go there. And you keep pushing it down, denying, the cost of change goes up. It gets harder and harder to stop, harder and harder to change what you're going to do. And this is something that's so important because when you can recognize the pattern, you can start to break it. But if you don't ever know it's there, this is the struggle. This is why I love coaching, because I see it and then people are like, oh my gosh, I said I couldn't afford it. And I keep doing that over and over again. It's like, that's been my pattern. Because I want to see everyone in it. I want to see all of you guys in Operation Abroad because I can't like transform your life if you're not in that. I don't want to end this in this YouTube video. I want to give you guys the tactics and all this stuff and break it down. And you guys know we have interventions in the programs that I do. And we come back together each week. And it's such an amazing experience. And for me, I love doing it because that's what fuels me giving back. But I know once people are free, having fun, living the life that they truly want, that's when the magic starts to happen even more in their life. When you guys can live the life that you truly want and understand that it's worth it. It's worth it to get out of the situation that you don't want to be in anymore. You know, and I've been so blessed to now, I mean, this is, some of you guys are new here, but this is, how long has it been? 12, 13, 14, 15 years I've been gone from the States. 15 years. 15 years. Someone asked me the other day and I was like, oh my gosh, 15 years I've been gone. And living on my own for the last almost 20 years. And I learned a lot of things the hard way. A lot of things. And the videos that I create now, why you're like, Luke, these videos are really good. Thank you so much. It's because I'm creating this video for one person. Two people, kind of. First person I'm creating it for is you. Obviously, I'm creating a video for you. But I'm creating the video for the younger version of me who didn't have that person to look up to, who didn't have that info. That version of me in the past that I learned the hard way. Like, I lost a lot of money. I lost a lot of time. Thank goodness I was overseas and I was playing basketball, so I had the money and I had the time, so it wasn't like, oh, so horrible. But if I would have known 10 years ago, I would be in a totally different situation. Now, of course, I don't regret it because it led me to the situation I'm in now. But I look at it like that's who I needed. And I can think of myself, like I almost priced this program, I'm not joking, at $4,000. And I promise you, when this program, Operation Abroad, is done, finished recording, I'll probably sell it for 3-4 times the price of it. Because think about it. I want you to think about something. If you make something free, how much are people going to pay attention to it? Not so much. $100, maybe. Even $400, some people won't even pay attention. The more you make it, the more people pay attention. The more they pay, the more they pay attention. All these Tony Robbins programs that I go to, these programs, they are for serious people. Like I was in Business Mastery. You guys know I've been in all of them. Date with Destiny, Life Mastery, Wealth Mastery, Business Mastery, Leadership Academy, UPW. Like these are $1,000 programs. And you're like, how can Tony Robbins charge like $17,000 for Business Mastery and it's only 5 days? Virtual. Because the value there is like insane. And it's not a comparison to what he charges or anything, but I'm just saying, when you raise the value of something, things change. The people change. The culture changes. The value. A hostel environment is way different than a 5-star, 3,000 euro a night hotel. The environment, the culture, it's all different. The people who show up there are different. The conversations you overhear are different. And I want to create a container, and this is kind of maybe the the bulk of this saved money part is over, so you can cut it off now if you want. But I wanted to create a container of people who are serious. And it's so funny because I was so nervous about like when it came to money and all this kind of stuff, because I want to give away so much value to people. I love doing that. And I started to do these calls, as you guys know in the description below. When I first started, I was doing these calls for $111 for an hour of my time, and I over-delivered, hour and 20 minutes, hour and 30 minutes. So many of you guys booked these calls. And I realized that every single call that I had, people were serious. I did calls for free a long time ago, all the time. And people are like, oh, okay, yeah, and ramble on and on. But I was like, when I started doing these paid calls, and I've done so many of them now, and now it's a lot less time, it's 30 minutes, the calls. But people act quick. If you're watching this video, I've probably met you. Like, I've met so many people who I've done the calls with, and within a month, they're already here in Bali. I met a couple, I don't remember your name, I'm so sorry. I met you when I was with Alex, we were filming the food videos. I met you after our call, a month later. Roman, if you're watching this, I remember you, brother. You came here. I met you in District 6 in Uluwatu. I can't remember your name, you keep changing your Instagram, but I see you every day in Body Factory training from Canada, someone else. And when you start to get that vibe of people who are serious about changing their life, there's magic. If you can get around friends who are serious about changing their life, like you could come to something free and people are like, yeah, I'll do it. And everyone's still in the same place doing the same thing. But get around people who are serious, like people who are dead serious about changing the world. Dead serious about people who are trying to make a life of service. Things happen, magic happens, things happen fast, and magic happens fast. So, saving money to travel. Don't limit yourself to just that. It will be the easy way. In Operation Abroad, it'll be very clear and you'll be able to get started that very day. Because having $10,000 in your bank and watching it go down every day, because that's all that you have, or 1,000, whatever it is not the same as knowing that you have a recurring something coming in every day, or every week, or every month. It's a different feeling, because then it brings you peace of mind traveling. And when you have that peace of mind, you can do a little bit more things that are uncertain. But when you have a hungry belly and you don't know when you're gonna get your next food, it makes things a little bit different. So just wanted to share this video. I want to thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for watching. It really means a lot. Having you all support and kind of here in this little area. I want to thank you for being here. Thank you for being part of my journey. And I have a pretty good feeling that this person here on the street is waiting to come and say hello to me. Everyone recognizes me with my jacket on everywhere walking around. I've gotten the hang of it. I know you guys. I know people who just stare at me. When you guys stare at me at the place, I know I'm gonna get an Instagram message like, hey, I saw you at this place working, didn't I know. That's probably what this person is. So I'm gonna say hello, brother. Before I even come and say hello, I see you. But thank you for being here. Thank you guys all for watching. And I'll speak to you all later. And Operation Abroad, we're gonna talk about it because I would hate to have people put a limit on a dream that only you can see at this moment. You're fighting through everyone's like, you can't do it, you shouldn't be able to do it, that's not the smart thing to do. But when you can believe that you can do it and you take the limit off of like, wait a minute, I can make something with my personal brand. Hint, that's the key, personal brand. And that can make money, I can get paid for being me. This is when the magic happens. Love you guys, speak to you guys. Thank you guys who are all watching daily videos, and I'll speak to you all later. And in the meantime, everyone always remember to work hard, be brave, and don't forget to smile. Ciao. I should film this whole interaction so you guys can see that. It's all good. I am Luke, man. Bro, you're about to be in the video too. I was like, I know this person is gonna say hello.
I think that's him.
How you doing, brother?
Good, man. How are you?
I'm good, bro.